Okay, hi everyone. So today our session is going to be about the pre-shot routine. And as you know, golf, or as you've sometimes heard, that golf is 90% a mental game and 10% of physical. So the pre-shot routine is part of your pre-shot routine helps you to concentrate before the shots. So you don't need to be concentrating for 4 hours when you're playing golf. You will be concentrating for 9 to 7 seconds before hitting the shot. Now, many people don't understand what a pre-shot routine is. So we are here to discuss that and also try and build up on your personal pre-shot routines if you don't have one. So a pre-shot routine is when you want to have a kind of a routine before hitting the ball every time. It's like a routine uh, uh, um, without um, caring so much about the um, outcome of your shot. So you're not going to give so much of importance to the outcome of your shot. You're going to care more about your the routine before it. So if you are playing with your pals on Sunday or you're playing a Masters, you want to try and keep the same pre-shot routine. This also tries to um, keep the pressure off because you're caring more about your pre-shot routine and about your rather than the result of the shot, which sometimes creates problems mentally when you're playing a tournament round or when you're playing with your friends or a normal weekend round. So as we know, what another thing it really helps you to do is trust and commit to the shot. So you're not worrying about 10 other things like how much money you're going to make, uh, if you lose the part or if you make the part, or what you're going to get, things like that. What will be the result of this shot? You're mostly going to be bothering about your technique. So, like I said before, you don't need to worry about concentrating for 4 hours before, like continuously for 4 hours during the round, because, like we said, that's not possible. You will concentrate for 6 to 9 seconds before hitting the shot. Now, the pre-shot routine actually does not. So you reach up to your ball if you want to hit a shot, for example, with a 7 iron, and you reach up to your ball. So you do your analysis of the shot, which will involve checking the slope, what is the slope, what is the wind, which direction the wind is coming from, the lie, is it a good lie or a bad lie, the target, how far you are away, distance, club, which club you select, and what type of shot you want to hit. So you walk up to the ball and then you decide with such uh, factors. Yes, we will go. I will come to you to help you uh, get a good pre-shot routine. Um, so then you go to the ball and you decide these things. And so this is not part of your pre-shot routine. Once you decide what club you're going to hit after analyzing the slope, wind, lie, yardage, club, you have to try and then you take your practice swings or rehearsal swings, as I would like to call it as well, because you're rehearsing the swing, you're rehearsing the swing mentally before you're going to hit it. So your practice swings actually shouldn't go for a waste. They should be used as you should use the practice swing as a swing that you're going to actually hit the ball with. So then you take your practice swings and then you come to your ball. So the things that include a pre-shot routine would first be a switch on. So a switch on could be anything like touching your cap, pulling up your sleeve, picking up your pants, whatever, putting your glove on. So you need to have a switch on. Now the switch on is also personal and it's up to you. You might not, if you don't wear a cap, then you pull up your sleeve. If you wear a cap, then touch the cap. If you have a glove, then you put the glove on. So these are part of this. These are the different type of switch on that you can have. So once you figure out what switch on you want, which could be pulling up the sleeve or touching the cap or putting a switch on Velcro with the glove, you go to your ball. Once you're at your ball, the pre-shot routine would include waggles and the number of time you look at your target. Now, you really don't want to defer. You don't want to have any. So the pre-shot routine should be the same for every shot, whether you're leading the tournament or you're coming last or you're winning with your 4-ball on a Saturday or Sunday or you're winning the Masters. So you try and keep the same pre-shot routine so you don't think so much of the result. What is the result of the shot? You're thinking more about you're just going through your motions and on how to hit the best shot at that moment without caring about the repercussions or without caring about the final outcome. So once you go towards the ball, then you do your switch on and then you try and see how many times you want to waggle and look at the target. Now you really don't want to, like I just said, you don't want to defer it. Suddenly you've seen that you're leading the tournament and you're looking at the target 10 times instead of 3 times. So that will create another problem. So you don't want to do that. So you take time to figure out what is your pre-shot routine. If you feel you need to look at the target 5 times, then please look at the target 5 times. But don't keep changing it according to the different situation in your match or in your round. Now, what is a waggle? I'll just explain it and show it to you.
Ma'am, before that, we have a couple of questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am, we have a couple of questions. If you would like to answer them
Let me
first.
just explain this. Let me just
Sure,
explain
ma'am.
this, then we go to the question. Okay. Okay. So we reach the ball. We reach the ball, and this is what we say, what we call a waggle. So it's actually just you're reaching the ball and you're just loosening your wrists a bit. So either you do it once, or you do it twice, or you do it 3 times, or you don't do it. That is up to you to decide and figure out. And the number of times you look at the ball. So, for example, you can look at the ball, then do a waggle, then look at the ball, then do a waggle, then look at the target, then hit the shot. Sorry, I meant target. So you can look at your target, do a waggle, look at your target, then hit the shot. And that should be similar to all shots that you hit. So you can have a different pre-shot routine in your long game and your short game. That can happen. But in your long game, for all the shots, such as your driver, iron, rescues, they should be the same. So the pre-shot, let's rewind a little bit. The pre-shot routine starts with a switch on. A switch on involves either touching your cap, putting up your sleeve, closing your glove. Then you take your position behind the at the ball, and you see how many times you need to look at your target and how many waggles you would like to take. Then you try and repeat it for every shot you hit on the golf course, regardless of the outcome, because you only want to be caring right now is about the technique and how you can possibly hit the best shot at this moment that you can. So you don't really want to worry about the outcome of the shot. You just want to um, see your routine. Yes, what are the questions?
Yes, ma'am. There's a question. The concerned person is saying that I keep forgetting how to remember the pre-shot routine. What is your advice on it?
Keep forgetting.
Yes.
No, you have to do it. You have to remind yourself. There's no way to. I guess you can practice it in the range and do it before every shot you hit, and just make sure you do it before every shot on the golf course. There's no way to remind you. If you want to see, this is part of your mental aspect in the game, and if you want to improve your game and want to see yourself improving your game, you have to do your pre-shot routine. So no one should be telling you. You should just be doing it yourself. Next question.
Yes, ma'am. Uh, is it the same for all shots, the pre-shot routine? Like for while teeing off, for example, while teeing off or while playing a bunker, is the routine same?
Yes, yes. So the pre-shot routine in your long game will be the same from the driver to the rescue to the irons. You can have a different pre-shot routine for chipping and for putting. So you can practice your different pre-shot routines in your when you're practicing in the range, when you're in the chipping green, or when you're in the long in the driving range area, or when you're in the putting green. You can practice your different pre-shot routines. But in the long game, it will be the same. While chipping, pitching, or hitting your bunkers, it can be the same. And putting, it will be what you do for your putting. So these three aspects can have different pre-shot routines. But in the long game, it will be all the same with the driver, rescue, and irons, and short wedges. But with the short game, you can have a different pre-shot routine.
Ma'am, could you recommend some pre-shots for chipping?
Okay, who's asked this?
I'll let you know, ma'am. Uh, I have to see, ma'am. Can you please answer? I'll let you know who asked.
Okay, Manar.
Yeah, it was Manhar, ma'am. Yeah.
Manar is there. So for different pre-shot routines, so it depends on what you're where you're chipping from. But Manar, what you can do is the same thing. What is your switch on? Manar, do you have a switch on? If Manar, can you write down what is your switch on? Pramit, you can tell me. After that, you have to see how many times you want to and how many times you want to look at your target. And it depends on you, and you should try it out 2 times before chipping. So Manar, what you can do is you can go to the practice area in Royal or Tolly or wherever, and you try a few pre-shot routines. So you don't have to stick to one. If you think a pre-shot routine is not working for you, then you go and you try out and make it different. If you feel you need to look at your target more times, then add that in your pre-shot routine. But it should not be more than 9 seconds. So from the time you place the club behind the ball till the time you hit the ball, it should not be more than 9 seconds. Manan, do you have a switch on? And do you have a pre-shot routine now, or you want to make one new? Please let me know. Okay.
Ma'am, we can continue, ma'am. That's it for now. For questions,
Next.
we can continue.
Okay, has Manan answered?
Not yet, ma'am. Once he does, I'll let you know.
Okay. Okay. Another very important thing in your pre-shot routine is also visualizing and imagery of the shot. Now we really undermine that, but we say, but it is proven that if you can imagine and feel the shot before you've hit it, it'll be easier to hit that shot. So if you can see that shot being hit by you and you feel with all your senses your that how you've hit it, then it's easier to hit the shot because it feels like you've already hit it. It feels that you've already managed to hit that shot. So when you have a before hitting a pre-shot routine, when you hit your practice or rehearsal swings, what you should feel like, what you should also do is try and imagine the shot. So if you need to hit a hook around some trees onto the green, then try and imagine it in your mind as so you don't have to imagine it perfectly because for some people it's difficult to visualize it. So just as well as you can imagine it, you try and imagine the shot hooking and going onto the green with all your senses. So try and imagine like what your grip pressure would be, how much right the ball would go, how much left it would go, and onto the green. So try and imagine the shot as good as you can with all your senses before hitting it. And therefore, that's why we say that, and then take your practice swings and your rehearsal swings, and don't let a practice swing go to waste. You use the practice swing as if you're hitting the shot which you're going to hit. So your practice swing should actually be like a rehearsal swing for the shot that you have on hand. So you should not just be taking a practice swing mindlessly. It should be be of some value. So if you're chipping, if you're having a roll chip, so you should in your practice swing see how much of a backswing and forward swing you would take. What would be your grip pressure? What would be your speed? So you count all that in your practice swing and then you hit the shot. Also, before hitting, try and visualize the shot as well as you can. There's no competition to this. You just try and visualize it as best as you can. Then you go to the ball, do your pre-shot routine and hit the ball without any expectation of the outcome. Any questions?
No, ma'am, no questions for now.
Okay. So why do we not have any? Why should we not have any expectation of the outcome? That is, that is why we encourage a pre-shot routine, right? So that is because many people, you see people miss 3-4 footer putts or hook their drivers, and they know they're leading the tournament and they're worrying more about things like how famous they'll be after winning the tournament or how much money they'll be making, and they're putting too much pressure on themselves to hit the perfect shot rather than just following their technique to try and hit a good shot. So when we're talking about pre-shot routine, you're actually just trying to follow a good technique for your golf swing to hit a good shot, whatever shot you have on hand, to hit a good shot without thinking of the outcome, because that can affect your that can mentally affect your game if you're caring too much of what is the outcome of your shot, especially if you're leading or a lot of thing is on a lot is on stake for you. So the best part would be, that's why we have a pre-shot routine, so that you can concentrate more on the shot before you, so that you hit it, the shot, try to hit it to your best of the capabilities right now without caring about your outcome. Another thing is, like what I just said, is you don't want to take too much time on your pre-shot routine. You just want to take anywhere between 6 to 9 seconds. So you've done your analysis, you've gone to your ball, then you've done your switch on, If anybody is confused with any part of this, if any part of these steps, please let me know. So then you've done your switch on. After your switch on, you're going to start your pre-shot routine. So the moment your switch on starts till you hit the ball should not be more than 6 to 9 seconds. So if anybody is confused what is a pre-shot routine or if they need to incorporate it in their golf game, I would 100% agree and tell you that please, from weekend golfers to 20 handicappers to people playing on national tours, you should try and incorporate a pre-shot routine in your golf game so that it helps you follow a routine. You're not caring too much about your outcome, and you're following a kind of routine. So you're not worried, oh, am I going to make cut? Am I going to lose? What? For putting? Can you just read out that question? Am I going to lose out? Am I going to make the cut? Am I going to win this tournament? Tomorrow my name will come in the newspapers if I make this putt. And then you go on to miss the putt just by thinking of these shots instead of caring about the technique of your shot. What's the question, Pramit?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, the question is what is the pre-shot routine for putting? And the person who's asked this question, he's saying that his trig is touching the right thigh.
His what?
His trig for the pre-shot routine is touching the right thigh.
Trig.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the trig is.
Okay, you can
But
carry
yeah.
on. Yeah, you can carry on.
Okay.
You
So
can just take
pre-shot
the
routine for
question regarding the putting. Yeah.
Yeah. So in putting as well is the same thing. So like I said, you can have a different putting pre-shot routine than from your long game and your chipping or your bunkers as well. In putting, it's the same thing. You want to have a switch on. If you're not wearing a glove in your putting, then you can't put the Velcro, then you can't close the glove. So you would not want to have that as a switch on. You would want to have something like picking up your t-shirt sleeve or touching your cap or picking up your trousers. So one of those pre-shot routines would, one of those switch-ons would work better. And then you decide, you check your grain, you check your slope, you check the grain, you check the distance, you check if you're on the upslope or downslope. And then once you get to the ball, then you take your practice swings. You see how many times you want to look at your target and how many times you want to maybe take a few backswings or waggles and get comfortable. You want to like kind of replicate the same shot of your practice swing in your the shot that you're going to hit before you. And then you get to the ball and then you see how many times you want to look at your target and waggle, and then you hit your ball and then you take your putt. So for example, a pre-shot routine could be like, you've done your practice swing, you've reached the ball, you take one waggle, look at your target, take another waggle, look at your target, and then putt. So that's an example of what a pre-shot routine can be like. But remember, your analysis of your shot is before the pre-shot routine. So the analysis of your distance, lie, slope, grain is before the pre-shot routine. So you do your analysis, then you do your practice swing, then you do your switch on, and your pre-shot routine starts from there till you hit the ball. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, we can proceed with
Okay.
They don't have any more questions.
Okay. So the main thing in your pre-shot, the main thing why we encourage a pre-shot routine is so that you trust and commit to that shot you have in front of you. You're not thinking 10 different shots of what will happen if you miss the putt, if you make the putt. So you're not going to create scenarios in your head. You're going to commit and trust your swing and commit to the shot and putt it regardless of the outcome. Now, pre-shot routine is only not in golf. We see a lot of athletes, like in tennis, they bounce the ball before serving the same number of times, or in basketball, or even in snooker. So everybody has different pre-shot routines and before hitting their shots in every sport. So this is again to relieve the tension of worrying about what would happen if the shot is, if your putt has gone in or not. It's more about committing to the shot you have now right in front of you and trusting your golf swing and going through with it, which is very, very important because you want to commit to your shot. You don't want to be in two minds. Also, I feel that is very important in putting. If you feel that your line is left in and your caddy's told you left out, I think you discuss with your caddy. You discuss with your caddy and you guys choose one line and then putt to that. So you should be committing to the shot. Try and commit to the shot 100%, whatever the outcome is. Okay, can you repeat that question again about the trigger?
Yes, ma'am. The person said his trigger is touching his right thigh while doing the pre-shot routine.
While putting,
Yes, ma'am.
his trigger is touching his right thigh. Who has asked this question?
I'll let you know.
Because
No.
it's not clear. Is it
So-
on the backswing?
So basically, I think this is from Manhar only, and he is letting you know that his trigger is touching the right thigh. It's not a question. So basically, he's letting you know.
Okay, on the backswing.
No, the
Okay,
pre-shot,
Manar, I'm going to check it one.
the pre-shot routine.
In his pre-shot routine. Okay, I got it. That's
Yeah.
fine, that's fine. So he touches his right thigh.
Yeah.
Okay. So for example, Manar's switch on or trigger. So Manar is using the word trigger and I was just saying switch on. His switch on is touching his right thigh before starting his once he starts his pre-shot routine by touching his right thigh. That's great, Manar. After that, he does whatever he needs to do. And with your pre-shot routine, like I said, you don't have to stick to it. It's not set on stone. You can experiment with it in the range. If you feel it's not working with you, you can go back to your coach or you can ask someone who can help you. And then you can decide what would be a good pre-shot routine for you, what you would be comfortable with. And then you stick to that throughout the whole round. But you don't have to. So if you feel that it's too fast or too slow, or you want to take more time looking at your target, then you can change your pre-shot routine. So there's no problem in that. So let's just do an overview of it again. Like Manar said, we are going to have the pre-shot routine starts with a trigger or a what we call it, a switch on. A switch on could involve touching your right thigh, picking up your left sleeve, pulling your pants up, touching your cap, closing your glove. After that, you come up to your ball, and then you start with taking your waggles or looking at your target. So the number of times you waggle and the number of times you look at the target should be the same for all the shots you hit. So your long game pre-shot routine should be the same, but it can differ in your short game and in your putting. When you are coming up to the ball, things like choosing your club, checking your target, the distance, checking the slope, checking the lie, seeing the wind, choosing your club is not part of the pre-shot routine. It is before the pre-shot routine. So is your practice swing. So you check your lie. So in the way I would check it first is you check your lie, you check your wind, you check the slope, you check um, what kind of if in putting, then you check your grain, you check the speed, you try and fathom the speed. So, and then you take your practice swings, and also in your practice swings, you try and keep it to 2 or 3 and try to keep it similar. Like if you're supposedly or suddenly Manhar is seeing that he's leading the junior tournament, the junior national Milky Moo tournament, and he starts taking 10 practice swings just because he feels he's winning, may also, mentally you can get a doubt in your head. So you would try and maintain your practice swings also to a similar number, regardless of whether you're leading the tournament or you're somewhere in the middle, or you might miss the cut. So then you take your practice swing or your rehearsal swings, because you want to try and use the same swing you are you are using as the practice swing which you are hitting. You would try and um, um, do the same. So you want to try and, like, for example, you are hitting a 50 yard chip. So then you choose your club. You you want to take a pitching wedge. Then you want to hit a shorter backswing with a shorter follow through. Then you want to feel your grip, pressure. So all these things you do in your practice swing, and you want to try and duplicate it in your normal shot. So don't let the practice swing go for a waste. Don't just take practice swings uselessly without caring. You try and replicate the shot you're going to hit with the practice swing. Then try and visualize the shot as best as you can with all your senses. So if you are hitting a 50-yard chip to the hole, you feel like you struck it really well. The ball has gone high, landed on the green, and gone near the hole or inside the hole. So you should have these kind of thoughts and visualizations, and then you go up to your ball, you do your switch on and start your pre-shot routine. The pre-shot routine should not be more than 6 to 9 seconds. Any questions?
No, ma'am, no questions now. For now, we can continue with the session.
Okay. So I think today we are done. I just wanted to clear out, and if you are like I've said before, if you're not comfortable, then you can try out a number of different pre-shot routines. You can keep 1 second. You can keep a notebook, and you can keep writing on the notebook your pre-shot routine for chipping, for long chipping and putting. So for long chipping and putting, and you write down what is your pre-shot routines. Like for long, how many waggles and how many looks at target. For chipping, how many waggles and looks at target, and for putting, how many waggles and look for target. If you feel it's not working for you, then you can of course go back to the range and change it and see what works for you. If you need some help, you can go to your coach, or you can go to a coach and take help from any coach. And so you have a solid pre-shot routine, so you can commit fully and trust the shot that is in front of you without caring about the outcome, which can, affect you mentally while hitting the shot.
Ma'am, we have a question. Yeah. The question says, what's the pre-shot for driver shots? What's the pre-shot routine for driver shots? Give an example, please.
For example, is you've gone to your ball, then you close your glove, you look at your target, you do a waggle, you look at your target, you do a waggle, and you look at your target, you look at the ball and you hit the shot. that is an example of a pre-shot routine. You can also time yourself. You can have someone stand behind you, your coach or your caddy, and you can have a timer on your phone. And the moment you start your switch on, till you hit the ball, someone can time you. So you know that you're not exceeding 9 seconds too much. Anywhere between 6 to 9 seconds is the perfect kind of timing to a pre-shot routine. So you can also time it. Ask someone to stand behind you. Whatever is your switch on, switch it on. And from your switch on till you make contact with the ball, you can try and make sure it's between 6 to 9 seconds. So I think, do we have any more questions?
No, ma'am, no more questions for now.
Okay. So I think today if there are any more questions to be cleared about what is pre-shot routine, otherwise we are done for today.
All right, ma'am. Yeah, that's it for now, ma'am. No more questions. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the session.
Okay, thank you everyone, and try and practice it in the range so you can incorporate it whenever you go on the course. So try and do it if you're not playing a tournament, try and do it before that and in your normal round so you get comfortable with it, and then you can try it whenever you're playing a tournament.
Thank you so
So,
much,
okay,
everyone,
then
for
see you guys
this.
and happy golfing soon, I hope.